Oh, to be young again. That's a direct quote from Mickey Ferguson. But not everything is rosy, especially when it comes to the dating scene. The Love Doctor licensed therapist, Dr. Misty Smith from MBH Wellness joins us. She's talking about Guidance Now and helping your teens navigate relationships. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, I mean, relationships are difficult for any age, but particularly those teens when they start to develop an attraction for another person. What do you start there? What do you start to help even advising your teen?
Right. The first thing, just as we talk about with couples, is make sure that you encourage good communication and be ready to listen. Be ready to hear things that you don't necessarily want to hear.
From the person they like or from the parent?
For the parent.
Okay.
Make sure that you are trying to pay attention to and be an open, safe space for them to come and talk, because if they don't come talk to you, then they get into a whole lot more trouble and you don't get to share all of the good advice that you might have.
Yeah, they're getting bad advice maybe from their peers, possibly.
Yes.
You should definitely want to point out red flags, but how do you walk that fine line, because they're like, you're being too nosy?
Ooh, let's see. So making sure that you teach them about what red flags actually look like. So not specifically going on, this person is doing this, but teach them about what manipulation looks like and control looks like and abuse, because a lot of times teens get into relationships and they forget about themselves, they forget about their friends, and it becomes all about that other person. So being sure to teach them independence apart from that relationship. Self-confidence, you can encourage that outside of those relationships so that they are a confident individual, even if they're not in a relationship, even if they don't have that boyfriend, girlfriend.
I mean, these sounds like conversations that maybe really need to start even before all this starts happening, because it might be too late at that point. Consent and respect. Now that's very, very important, because they can get into some dangerous situations.
Huge. For girls, it's great to make sure that they understand what consent means, that it's an ongoing process, that you don't give consent once and then it stands always. You always have the ability to set additional boundaries, say no. For boys as well, you need to teach them that when someone says no, that means no. And the dangers of not following that rule is they are life-changing, and making sure that to lead into like online relationships, when people meet online, there are huge dangers there for teenagers. So and it is also, they promote this in school all the time, just the knowledge about sharing information online and what you share online and what that can lead to.
Got to be careful with that. But what if you don't have a great relationship in your own home? How does that impact what trying to sell your message, if you will? Yeah,
you are modeling a relationship for your children. So it is important that if you don't have a healthy relationship, that you go get therapy, you go do something to try to improve that relationship, because they look to you. They look to the people that you have them around. What does that look like? And when they get into a relationship with another person, then they go, oh, they spoke this way to me, but that's okay, because that's what I see in the home. So make sure that you are modeling well, and if you don't have that relationship, that you're getting the help you need.
Well, you know what, we're out of time this time, but we need to do another segment on just how younger people now work relationships, because we didn't have phones back in the day.
Yes.
And you had to talk to each other and send notes, and so it was a lot different. So we'll talk about some of those challenges next time. Dr. Misty Smith from MBH Wellness. We'll be right back.